Hello, second and third graders. Mrs. Rushton here. So nice to see you. This week, we have been studying the artwork of Esther Malangu. She's a South African artist who has become very famous for her work with the traditional style of the Ndebele people. And so what we are going to do is create our own work in the same style. You're going to be following along with me for a few step-by-step instructions, and then you'll have some freedom in your creativity. All right, as you can see here, I am starting with a piece of paper, and I went with a small piece of paper, a half a sheet, a ruler, or anything that has a nice straight edge, and some markers. I'm gonna start off with my black marker. And the first thing I want us to do is to create a border around our paper. Now, we're going to start with a vertical line, a line that goes up and down. And what I'm going to do is take my ruler and I'm going to come in from the edge of my paper, about an inch or so, hold my ruler with my fingertips, and I'm going to take my marker and pressing pretty hard to make a nice thick line, going to draw a nice straight vertical line. I like to rotate my paper and just continue to do that around to create the border instead of trying to rotate my hands and the ruler, which is hard. So again, come in from the edge, hold the ruler with your fingertips, and then press for a nice thick line. Do that for my last two sides. Great. Now we have our border. The next thing I need for you to do is we're going to be creating a X in the middle with two diagonal lines. You'll notice this is the basic structure for a lot of the artwork that you'll see in the video that you watched. So I'm going to line my ruler up where these two lines crisscross. So those 2 points there. And press. Good. Make sure you hold your ruler with your fingertips. And then I'm not going to rotate my paper, but you might want to make it easier. So line up my ruler, both sides first, check and make sure they're there. Hold my ruler and press. Great. All right, now I've got that X in the middle. All right, I'm gonna put my marker down and show you some options. So what I'm gonna have you do now is to add at least 2 shapes. Now, if you remember in the video, we talked about symmetry. This is going to be a symmetrical piece of art. Whatever happens on this side is the same as what's going to happen on this side. Symmetrical art. So for example, if I decide I want to put a circle, and I just have some shapes to show you. If I want to put a circle here, I need to put a circle on that side. Symmetrical. What if I put a square up here? I don't want to put, let's see, like a heart down here. That wouldn't be symmetrical. So I'm going to do another square. So whatever happens there happens there. You notice I did have some hearts, so let's throw on a few different shapes just to see some variety. I'm going to use a heart on its side, but I don't want the heart to be this way. I want to be symmetrical. It has to be the mirror image. So the points would be pointing at each other. Let's just mix this up and turn those into diamonds. There are lots of different shapes that you can choose. So I'm going to take these away and I'm going to start with my black marker again, and I'm going to add some shapes. So I think I'm going to start with a triangle. These are already triangle shapes, and I love to repeat what the shape is on the inside. So it's like a double shape. So I think I'm going to do a triangle down here. Now, it's not perfect, and that's okay. And I'm going to do a triangle up here, but I don't want it to be the same. It has to be a mirror image. So the point is going to go there, just like that one did. My edges are going to go up and then flat across the top. Great. Now over here, I think I'm going to do a circle. I like circles. Big round circle here. I need to do a big round circle here. Cool. Okay, so that's our 2 shapes. The last thing I want you to do is to create pattern in your border shapes. Remember, a pattern is when you repeat something over and over. So for example, it might be circle, square, circle, square. That's a pattern. Or maybe you have a couple of different elements like square, heart, circle. Square, heart, circle. That would be another pattern. You can also do something very simple and just kind of use different kinds of lines. So I'm going to show you two different options. I'm going to show you one where I just use lines and one where I use shapes. So across the top and the bottom, I'm going to do lines. I'm going to think about a skinny line and then a wide line. Okay, skinny line, wide line. Great. Now, on the side, I'm going to use patterns. So I'm going to use maybe squares and circles. So I'm going to start with a circle, and then I'm going to do a square. Circle, square. Circle. Cool, right? It's a nice, bold geometric design. If you think back to the artwork that we saw in the example video, the colors were used were bold and bright. So I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to add color throughout the artwork and add to the design of it. Alrighty, there you have it. There is my artwork. I cannot wait to see what shapes, colors, and patterns you use on your artwork. Don't forget to take a picture. Try to take a nice clean picture with just the artwork in it and put that on your Google slide.